Is there life floating in the clouds of Venus? While the surface of our neighboring planet is a true nightmare, boiling hot, crushingly dense and toxic, the story up above might be a little different. Believe it or not, scientists have been seriously asking whether Venus's clouds could harbor microscopic life. It sounds like science fiction, but it's actually grounded in real observations and scientific debate. So today, we're diving into one of the strangest mysteries in our solar system. Do the clouds of Venus really host life? Venus is often called Earth's twin. It's about the same size, has a similar composition, and is roughly the same distance from the Sun. But while Earth blossomed into a haven for life, Venus took a much darker path. Its thick atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making the surface temperature soar to around 465 degrees Celsius or 869 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt lead. The atmospheric pressure at the surface is more than 90 times what we experience on Earth. In short, Venus's surface is deadly. No life as we know it could survive down there. But as we move up into Venus's atmosphere, specifically around 50 to 60 kilometers above the surface, things change dramatically. At that altitude, the temperature ranges from about 30 degrees Celsius down to minus 60, and the pressure becomes similar to Earth's sea level. This region, often called the temperate zone of Venus's atmosphere, is what caught the attention of scientists. Could it be a potential refuge for microscopic life floating in the clouds? In 2020, a team of researchers announced something that sparked excitement and controversy across the scientific world. They reported a possible detection of a gas called phosphine in Venus's upper atmosphere. Why is this important? On Earth, phosphine is associated with anaerobic life organisms that live without oxygen. It's found in swamps, sewage, and the guts of some animals. While phosphine can be produced in laboratories or industrial settings, in natural environments it's mostly a byproduct of life. So, finding phosphine on another planet, especially in a region of the atmosphere that's relatively mild, was a big deal. If phosphine was truly present, and if it couldn't be explained by non-biological processes like volcanoes or lightning, it might be a clue just to clue that something was alive in those clouds. The idea was that perhaps some form of microbial life had evolved to survive in Venus's upper atmosphere. Producing phosphine as a waste product, much like certain microbes on Earth do, it was a bold claim. Some even called it the biggest discovery in the search for extraterrestrial life since the Viking missions to Mars. But hold on, things aren't that simple. As quickly as the phosphine announcement was made, it was met with skepticism and counter-arguments. Some scientists questioned whether phosphine was detected at all. They argued that the data, gathered from telescopes like the James Clerk Maxwell Telescope in Hawaii and ALMA in Chile, might have been misinterpreted. Others said that the gas could have been sulfur dioxide, which is common in Venus's atmosphere and absorbs light in similar ways to phosphine. The team behind the original discovery stood by their findings, but the debate is ongoing, and the evidence is far from conclusive. Even if phosphine is truly there, that doesn't necessarily mean life is. Scientists must rule out every possible non-biological explanation before seriously considering a biological one. And on a planet like Venus, with its thick layers of sulfuric acid clouds and intense radiation from the sun, it's hard to imagine life, especially life as we know it surviving for long. The clouds are made up almost entirely of sulfuric acid, a highly corrosive substance that destroys organic molecules. Water is also extremely scarce in Venus's atmosphere, and all known life depends on water to survive. But despite these harsh conditions, some researchers believe it as at least possible that alien microbes, very different from anything on Earth, could survive by developing resistance to acid, finding rare pockets of water, and using chemicals like sulfur for energy. These ideas are purely hypothetical, but they're scientifically intriguing. After all, life on Earth has been found in some incredibly hostile places. Deep sea, hydrothermal vents, acidic hot springs, and even inside rocks in Antarctica. So what's next? How do we find out the truth? Fortunately, the mystery of Venus is drawing new attention. NASA and the European Space Agency have several missions planned for the coming years, including Da Vinci, Plus, Veritas, and Envision. These spacecraft will explore Venus's atmosphere, surface, and geology in more detail than ever before. One of their goals is to understand the chemical makeup of Venus's clouds and look for signs of unusual or unexpected compounds like phosphine. These future missions could finally settle the debate. They might confirm the presence of phosphine, discover new chemicals that suggest unknown processes, or find no evidence of life-related activity at all. Either way, they will help us better understand one of the most mysterious and extreme worlds in our solar system. Whether or not life is found, Venus will still teach us something important about climate, chemistry, and the limits of habitability. So, do the clouds of Venus really host life? Right now, the answer is, we don't know. The evidence is uncertain, the science is ongoing, and the debate is far from over. But the very fact that we're asking this question shows how far science has come. Just a few decades ago, the idea of alien microbes floating in acid clouds would have sounded ridiculous. Today, it's a serious topic of research. What do you think? Could there be strange acid-loving microbes drifting through the skies of Venus? Or is this just a cosmic red herring? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the universe's biggest mysteries in bite-sized form, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Think Bites Daily. Until next time, keep looking up and keep wondering what might be out there.